Hello and welcome to the Dnation headquarters. Today I'm going to be showing you my one-of-a-kind and unique diecast motorcycle collection. And before we begin, just to give you a brief about what I collect, these are the two different scale sizes of motorcycles that I collect. This one is a 112 scale diecast motorcycle and it measures in at 8 inches in length. And this one is a 118 scale diecast motorcycle and it measures in at 4 inches in length. So before we begin, let me introduce you to my first display case, which is called the White Mansion. And this particular display case houses about 250 diecast motorcycles, and as you see, we have a mix of superbikes from the up front, and as we come down a little bit lower, you're going to see the MotoGP Championship motorcycles, which is the current 2018 and 2019 collection, and as we come a little lower, we're going to see motocross motorcycles, and my favorite bit of this particular display is the Harley-Davidson collection, which are basically cruiser-style motorcycles. So with this being said, this is a beauty and it's going to be growing in a lot over the upcoming months. So we're moving on to this particular 112 scale diecast motorcycle collection display, which houses more than about 50 diecast motorcycles. And as you can see, these are the 112 scale diecast motorcycles that I've collected over the years, and these are beautiful pieces of work and I really love them. Moving on to the next display case, we have my most prized possessions when it comes to motocross motorcycles. I have the top brands of all the particular motocross motorcycles, as you can see. And moving on to the next particular display case, I'm really proud of this particular bit here because for the first time the international company Maestro Diecast have manufactured an Indian motorcycle, which is nothing but the Royal Enfield diecast motorcycle. And as you can see, and as you'll be seeing, I've collected all variations of them. And moving on, we have the cruiser motorcycles, which are custom motorcycles, as you are seeing. And last but not the least is my most prized possession of my collection, which are basically the Harley-Davidson cruiser motorcycles, which are premium, elegant and licensed products from Harley-Davidson. But me being a fanboy of no one other than Deadpool, I've dedicated an entire display case for him, which is called the Deadpool Mansion. And as you can see, I've collected all the action figures of Deadpool that have been released over the past years and months, and also including my love for motorcycles. I mixed and matched the color scheme of black and red with this particular display. So go ahead, take a look and enjoy. I was passionate about motorcycles right from a young age, to be honest. Anything with wheels was my go-to toy. And somewhere down the line I kind of, deviated from the particular love of motorcycles and cars. But eventually, what's inside you always remains inside you. And this triggered in 2016 when we were actually renovating the house, and there were a couple of boxes that are being moved around, and all of a sudden I spotted a box which says Doug Toys. So I immediately opened up that box and there I found two motorcycles, 118 scale diecast motorcycles that my dad, bought me when I was a kid. And immediately and instantly there was this, a little flame of joy that rushed through my body. In the year 2016, I started my collection and it became more of a passion for me because now I'm all grown up and I can afford. Because let me tell you another thing, this isn't a hobby for the faint-hearted. It is an expensive hobby, but yet again, if you're really passionate about something, you always work harder towards it, which is what I did from 2016. This collection came about with all my favorite motorcycles, and some call it an obsession, but for me it's basically passion involved. Being a biker, I'm really happy and ecstatic to have this collection. If you look at sports bikes, if you look at motocross bikes, if you look at MotoGP Championship bikes, if you look at cruiser bikes, if you look at all-terrain vehicles, these are just the few I can mention right now. When I started my collection of diecast motorcycles, there weren't too many, YouTube videos on it. Probably somebody holding a box, showing a motorcycle. There was no specific details as to what it is. So the reason behind my whole YouTube channel is to create awareness for my fellow diecast motorcycle collectors. When you start off as a diecast collector, you want this, you want that, you want this, you want that. One of two things are going to happen. One is, it's going to be really expensive. Number two is, you will never find it. In life, we face so many hurdles, right? We imply the same passion that we have for this to life as well. It works out pretty fine, I guess. Never give up, that's the thing. Be persistent, hit back. Life hits you hard, hit back harder. stand up tall. If you fall down, pick yourself up. You know, keep going and we achieve whatever we want. At the end of the day, when we achieve what we want, it's basically something we're passionate about.